Hello, everybody. Welcome to Canucks News You Might Have Missed. And we have a special guest with us this evening. Corey, how's it going, man?
It's Friday. Let's go.
Corey is the guy behind Canucks News Summaries on Twitter, so show him some love. And we're going to get right into it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was Ryan Kesler randomly. We know what he's doing now. He's at the baseball game. He basically threw back a grand slam ball. Did you check this out?
I did. It's very good.
Yeah, it's nice to see Ryan Kesler rocking that just massive, beautiful beard right there, by the way. I got to mention. All right, next up, Abbotsford Canucks. You know what? We're running it back. We're going to run it back. We're going to win again, and it starts on October 10th. I'm actually really excited for the Abbotsford season. How about you?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it. Thatcher Demko on TSN 1050. He mentioned that the Canucks in the city of Vancouver, he would sign for 20 years if he could. And what's interesting about this is the Canucks now have 8 goalies signed to the NHL contracts. We have Demko, Lankinen up in the NHL. Shilovs is going to be in the NHL, but probably is going to get traded. We have Patera and Tolopilo. Tolopilo is going to be most likely in the AHL. Ty Young should be there as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have a name that I have trouble pronouncing, so you can do it.
Koskinvuo.
That is fantastic. This is why, Corey, I brought you on here for this immaculate spelling grammar, whatever the hell it's called. Anyways, and we have Medvedev. And talking about Medvedev, and actually first, what's your thoughts on the Demko saying he wants to stay here for 20 years?
I wrote an article at Canucks Army about Demko after the season ended, and he was very open at that point that he wanted to sign an extension. He wanted to spend the rest of his career in Vancouver. So I'm not surprised that he signed, and I'm not surprised that he's saying all these things. He's been saying them since the season ended.
Yeah, he literally said, I think it was in the press conference, the end of the season. He's like, he wants to stay here. He wants to stay here long term. He has nowhere else he wants to be. And some people are, you can just say it's fluff, fluff talk. No, you can see he meant what he said. And obviously he signed here, not for 20 years. Maybe if he stays healthy, but that would be impossible with the new CBA.
Yep,
Both
6 years max.
CBAs, actually, because
I guess 7. He can do 6. 7 is the max for him.
Yes. Yeah. It's 7 if you sign with the same team, and then 6 years if you sign outside. And next up, we have Medvedev with the contract that he went unsigned. Really, really exciting. So let's see what Alvin had to say. Alexei is an important addition to our organizational depth and goal, and his signing is a great thing for our hockey club. He showed us a lot at development camp and has a bright future. If he continues to build on his skill set and fundamentals, we look forward to monitoring his progress and helping him develop into a solid pro. So I believe, because, he's a second-round pick, so the fact that he got signed already is actually interesting. It's basically just to control where he's going around, right, Corey?
Yeah, I suspect that a large part of this is to prevent him from going to the NCAA, so the Canucks have more control over his development. He's going to be playing with the Hunters, which is a huge thing. And also, additionally, this will tie into the part of the memorandum of understanding that got released yesterday and today, about how each NHL team can now have one 19-year-old going from the CHL to play in the AHL. And the Canucks will have 2 players that they have signed currently eligible for that, Medvedev and Coots.
Ooh, so that's interesting how that's going to play itself up. That's a really good detail. I didn't read that today, so that's pretty good. Tyler Myers was at the development camp just a few days ago, and if he just basically went on, he talked about it for about a minute. So it's on the Canucks Twitter page after you guys watch this. Feel free to go over there and listen to what Tyler Myers had to say. The fact that he's even there, doing this continues to show what big of a leader Tyler Myers is. Yeah. He's just loved in the organization. I wouldn't be, he's one of those guys. I wouldn't be surprised that when he retires, he's going to stay in the organization and do something with the organization. Either do kind of maybe something with what the Sedins are doing with the defense, or maybe he would go upper management and just kind of learn that thing. Who knows what he's going to do? But the guy's loved in the organization, clearly, right, Corey?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he wants to be here. He wants to be in Vancouver. He doesn't want to be anywhere else. And you know what his nickname is?
What's that?
Dad.
Yeah, there you go. Right there
So
you
he's
go.
dadding like that. That's what he's doing.
And now the next thing we have is Mike Johnson kind of pissing off a few people. But again, like this whole Quinn situation, this Quinn Hughes situation, it drives me insane. Okay, so first of all, what he said is that your other brother, aka Quinn's, going to be on the team at some point. Too very likely, he mentioned at the NHL Network in New Jersey. He's 2 years away. He might be coming as well. Now he said might, and he did, have a follow up there where he was kind of like, But the thing is, the whole point of this whole Quinn Hughes situation, which just drives me kind of nuts, no one really knows anything. And Corey, you wanted to talk about Brock, for example, in this exact situation.
Yeah. So what was all the narrative from the trade deadline, or even before the trade deadline, from almost the entire season until now? There's no way Brock Besser's resigning. They're not keeping him. He's gone. He's got a foot out the door. And what happened? He's here.
But the only difference in that, Corey, though, I would say is, he has 2 years, right? So after this season, he has to make a decision then, because we are not losing Quinn Hughes for nothing. We got to trade him. So it's either he signs here long term or we trade him. There is no middle ground here. We're not going to hold on to him next season and then following all the way to the last second like we did with Brock, because it would just be an absolute waste of significant assets we just simply cannot do in that scenario. But obviously the whole point of the season is to get Quinn Hughes to sign. Like that's it, right?
This is Operation Keep Quinn.
Operation Keep Quinn, which will be a video. We are working on it for sure. And honestly, the last thing I wanted to talk about here is Elias Pettersson. He had an interview with NHL.com about what went wrong last season. It was in Swedish. And I'm going to be making a separate video specifically on this interview. So that's going to be something that you guys can look forward to. So thank you so much, Corey, for joining us on this little news video, about 8 minutes long. Not bad, not bad. And I hope you have a lovely day, Corey.
Thanks for having me.
And drop a like, guys, if you guys enjoy these news videos and all the other videos we do on here. I really appreciate it. Cheers, guys.